Hello YouTube, my name is John Wiseman and this is Johnny Reacts. So I'm going to watch the third documentary about Miku, the very talented, I think, leader of the band in Band-Maid. And these documentaries are from a very talented guy called Orangy. If you haven't seen them, please go to his channel, like and subscribe and watch them or binge them. So yeah, I'm going to watch the third one. Now, doing this reaction channel has been kind of bittersweet. I've enjoyed doing it, but because I haven't got much time, I've kind of been doing maybe, I don't know, a video a week, and I've been trying to do different bands. I don't want to just be exclusive to one band. So there's been a lot of time space between these. And what I'm normally like say if I see a program that I really enjoy on Netflix, I tend to binge it if I can. And I'll sit down and maybe watch it for hours into the small hours of the next day sometimes. And if it wasn't for the reaction, I probably would have done the same with these documentaries. But because I'm doing a reaction channel and I want to be fresh and react to it with you, kind of, I've not been able to binge watch them. And it's been bittersweet for me because on one hand, I'm just desperate to see them. On the other hand, I've actually quite enjoyed having that gap between it. Because quite often I've binge watched a television show, and don't get me wrong, I've loved it, I've enjoyed it, I've sat all the way through it, but afterwards I can't but help feel disappointed because it's over too quickly. But this, to me, has been like savouring, I don't know, like a meal. You've got a delicious meal in front of you, but maybe there's a talker talking and they have to finish before you can start this meal. So you're smelling it, you're seeing it, you just want to eat it, but this talker's talking. You have to wait, and it's like you're savouring the moment, and it makes it, when you do eventually eat that meal, it makes it all the more special. But I do talk a little rubbish sometimes, don't I? Anyway, let's get on with it.
Breaking new gate.
That's right. Today, we are talking about Omajinai time, or magic spell time in English, which comes from the maid cafés. When you order drinks or food in a maid cafe, the maid will say, "Moi, moi, kyun," while making a heart symbol with both hands to cast a spell over your food and drink and make it even more delicious. One of the more popular foods in a maid cafe is an amu rice, complete with a cute illustration drawn by the maid with ketchup. Miku actually did one in the music video of Don't You Tell Me, but it didn't last very long.
Rice is, well, it's weird because it is Japanese, but it's not Japanese because, you know, it's omelette just mixed with rice. But it's kind of like a very traditional kind of Japanese thing, and it's very popular. It's one of the first foods that maybe a girlfriend will cook for their boyfriend. And it was the first with my Japanese girlfriend. It's the first dish that they cooked for me was rice. And if you haven't tried rice, you need to try it. It sounds strange because it's rice and other things mixed in with the rice sometimes, with wrapped in omelette, but with a lot of tomato ketchup normally, and the amount of tomato ketchup my partner put on it, I was like, because I'm not a massive tomato ketchup fan. I like brown sauce rather than like tomato ketchup. And the amount that she put on, I was like, whoa, I'm not gonna like this. I'm gonna have to like try to, you know, pretend this is good. But when I tried it, it was delicious. It was really good. So yeah, I recommend Omrice to anybody. He said Amurice. I've never heard it pronounced Amurice before. But it could be different parts of Japan, they say it differently. Because I've always known it as Omrice? Amrice? Omrice? Yeah, I think it Omrice. No, I don't know. I'm not an expert, so probably misheard. Anyway.
As she worked for some time in 2 different maid cafes, Miku is using all her experience and has adopted it to the concert audience. Even though the structure is, well, let's just say you will never experience the same Omajinai time twice with Miku. She has a real talent for improvisation and uses it to engage with the audience.
You know what? I think it's really cool because, okay, she's worked in a maid's cafe before, right? So that's the big influence. That's where she's got the idea from. But more than that, it's not just the fact that they've taken on a name, they wear maids' dresses. She's taken a lot of the cultural kind of the influences of what they do in maids' cafe. Like calling them masters and I can't remember what they call the females, but like calling them masters and doing this kind of thing. So it's, I don't know, how do I say it? It's like an experience. When you go there, you're seeing this experience. It's not just Band-Maid, but there's a big experience of maid cafes involved as well. It's pretty cool.
During Omajinai time, the other members are totally free to hang around. Sometimes they just play together,
Are you ready for fun?
have fun,
This Pocky before Misa's nose hole. It's Ito Misa's nose hole. She's so David.
look for trouble, or try to avoid trouble. There was even a time when each member took a turn at the drums.
This is so cool because it's a real brilliant experience for the fans of them. Like to see them, like their personalities come out on stage like this. Because quite often I've gone to concerts and we don't really get to see who they truly are. Okay, it's still a performance-ish doing this. But normally when I go to a band, they come out on stage, they introduce themselves, they sing a few songs, they may do an encore and then they go again. And that's kind of like the band. So to see this kind of thing's really cool. And I guess maybe also because they're starting off in these small venues. And in these small venues, it's a lot easier to do, this kind of thing rather than when they become mega stars. It's a lot more difficult to do this kind of thing. But it's lovely to see. And very clever, because it's a really clever way of making your fans solidify their love for you, if you see what I mean, really become fans. And also it's the way to get the fans involved as well, like come up on stage and talk to the fans and play games and stuff like that. I think it's really clever. It's really cool. And another thing I've noticed, the subtitles are coming up. I'm noticing that there's a few words that are wrong. So I think it's just probably not catching the words right, I guess. I've noticed there's a few words that are wrong. Not that it matters much, but...
But most of the time, it goes like this. Explanations.
Omajinai time is me magic spell time. Yes.
Repeat words.
I say moi moi, you say? I say kyun kyun, you say?
Miku crying because the masters and princesses didn't make enough noise.
Princesses.
Wow! No. I want bigger and bigger boys!
Repeat words again.
Moe!
And Po. You get the picture. Depending on the stage, Miku walks a lot during her Omajinai time, but she never runs out of energy. She even left the stage once to go off into the middle of the crowd for one of her funniest moments. Unfortunately, with the pandemic, Band-Maid was not able to perform live for a long time, but they found a solution: online okujis. Their first online concert was performed on July 23rd, 2020, at Haravutai in Tokyo. And even though there was no audience in the venue, every member had a lot of fun. So they continued to stream live concerts 5 more times between 2020 and 2021. Of course, Omajinai time was shorter, but Miku did the call and response with the viewers while looking at the camera, which was quite funny, and I'm sure that a lot of you actually cheered at your screen like you were there. Proof that even a pandemic can't stop Miku from performing her magic spell time. In the end, Omajinai time is a special moment between Miku and the audience, where she is giving the best of herself, whether the audience is there or not. And you can't help but smile with pure happiness and joy during these few minutes of fun interactions with her. Miku's Omajinai time is now a part of Band-Maid, and something to look forward to when you attend a Band-Maid serving in the future. Whether you're a fan of it or not, you can't deny that Miku is an incredible entertainer, and she is great at bonding with the crowd. And her Omajinai time is something that I believe only she can do.
It's scary.
Sing! 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 Sing
Say, say!
She's so cool.
キャラメルマシュマロいちご飴これ全部可愛い女の子ねでも私が好きなのゲームいつになったら女の子になれるの
いやすごい可愛い子が来たなって思ってでも中身はなかなかおじさんだったりするので
中身おじさんなのクルッポは
クルポおじさん
どういう
Now
と
we
こ
get
ろ
the
が
reference.
楽屋で酒とかずっと食べるんです
どこが鳩やねん
This is actually the most accurate description of Miku, confirmed by each and every member and Miku herself. Despite her cute look, she is a middle-aged man inside. This statement comes from the fact that her taste, words, and gestures are old-fashioned. For example, she likes to eat dried flying fish or dried salmon, which smells very bad. She also likes sochu and sake, which both are seen as older men's drinks in Japan. Talking about alcohol, she is the one who can drink the most amongst Band-Maid members.
Doesn't surprise me.
Regarding
actually.
her hobbies, Miku has been into horse racing for a long, long time.
Wow.
When she was little, Miku played a game called Chocobo Stallion, which was released in 1999 on PlayStation. One day, she was told by her mother that this game looks a lot like horse racing. So Miku looked into the sport, and since that day, she has spent a lot of time watching live horse races during the weekends. Around 2012 or 2013, she bought her first tickets and went to a racetrack right after moving to Tokyo. Later on, she even invested in a horse called Blue Rose Ship. Miku confessed in an interview that she would love to be able to spend more time with horses, as it's a real passion for her. Her dream would be to compete with a horse named Klupo. She loves to imagine the commentator saying Klupo, Klupo during a race and announcing that Klupo won. That would be funny on so many levels to hear that on television.
That's so cool. I like horses as well, and I learned to ride horses when I was younger, though, to be honest, now I probably wouldn't be able to, because there's a certain movement that you have to do when you're riding a horse, and that's a difficult part, to be able to move with the horse. Normally, when you do it, you're kind of moving against, and you just bounce, and your arse just becomes sore. But I managed to learn to do that, and what was it? Going back maybe about 10 years, maybe more than that, maybe about 12 years ago, I took some of my Japanese friends up to Scotland with me. We spent some time. We went to a place called Knoydart, and there's horse riding there where you can like hire horses. Actually, the people who do it were friends of my niece. So that's how I got heard about this place, and it's beautiful because Knoydart's a kind of place where you can't get to by car. You can only either walk there or go by boat or helicopter if you've got, if you're posh and got money. So it's quite an secluded place, but it's beautiful, and you can ride the horses through forests, and you even walk them down onto the beach, through the surf, through the water. It's really cool, and my Japanese friends loved it. So it's nice seeing it, it's nice having a connection with somebody that you admire. It's nice to see that, they like something that you kind of like as well. That's kind of nice to kind of hear. Though I've never been to a horse race.
ビルシーナ、レインボークルッポ、そしてピクシープリンセス、レインボークルッポか、レインボークルッポか、レインボークルッポ、レインボークルッポです。その後ビルシーナ、ピクシープリンセス、虹がかかりました京都競馬場、レインボークルッポです。
Miku also loves to play poker, and she's not just playing for fun, she's playing to win. Miku participated in an open poker tour in 2022 and finished in second place. And she's so competitive that she tweeted shortly after this defeat to show how frustrated she was. Miku also appeared on a TV show produced by the singer Gact called Poker Cross Poker, Industry One-on-One Tournament in 2018, where each contestant represents different industries like idol, motorsports, actress, boxing, or magician. And as you can imagine, Miku was the representative of the maid industry. Unfortunately, she lost against Ririka Suto, who represented the idol industry and won with the most incredible luck during the last round.
Lucky. One thing I can't do is I can't play poker. I know how to play it. I'm not good at it. It's one of those games that I always wanted to be good at, to be able to play poker, but I don't know. Maybe I haven't got the luck in it, or I don't know. I'm not very good at it.
Open.
Oh, look at her. She's not happy. She's not happy.
ご愁傷様です。
Miku is also a huge fan of Miffy, a fictional rabbit created in the Netherlands in 1955. A lot of people assume that Miffy is a Japanese brand, as it resembled Sanrio's characters like Hello Kitty. But Hello Kitty actually was introduced for the first time 20 years after Miffy. Still, Miffy is very popular in Japan, with a lot of stores all over the country. Miku posted a lot of photos of her Miffy merchandise on Instagram over the years. We also know that Miku used to play video games, and we can assume that she continues in her free time. She even streamed live while she was playing PUBG Mobile in 2020.
I play that.
どやっぽどやっぽこれで大丈夫ぽ聞こえますかぽ
She has to have a maid's costume. She's quite good, well. Chicken. We're not chicken enough.
Do you remember when I told you that when she was little, Miku often came back home with a lot of bumps and bruises? Well, actually, it never stopped. Miku had several injuries over her years with Band-Maid. Saiki talked quickly about this subject in the Gold Rush interview, and we can see that Miku's legs had a lot of bruises.
なんだろう、すぐこける、転ぶ。普通にみんなで歩いててもいないみたいな。そしたらこう溝に落ちてるとか。
そうなの。
階段からタタタタタンって落ちちゃうとか。
危ないやん。
気がついたら傷がいっぱい増えてる。
お前足傷だらけ。
映さないでください。
見てちゃんも。クルッポの足傷だらけで。この辺マジで鳩です。
Yeah, you can see them. There's a
In
lot of
another interview,
bruises.
Miku explains that while she was doing some washing, a glass fell off, shattered at the sink, and a part of the broken glass hit her thigh. She had 10 stitches from that wound. We can actually see the look of her scar on this photo. Miku also broke her ribs at least twice, one time during the pandemic, and one time during a tour a few years ago. And you know how energetic Miku is on stage. But despite the pain, she went through the performance without making anything worse. All the members often joke about Miku being cursed or having bad luck with all these incidents. Like this story, when Miku was in a taxi and the driver got into a car accident. She also laughs about the fact that she hits walls and doors all the time, so we can imagine that she's used to hitting everything around her. With everything that's happened and probably still is happening to her, we can say that Miku is a tough little pigeon. Miku participated in several episodes of Japan in Motion. At first, Japan in Motion was just a series of videos introducing different parts of Japan, until TSS-TV worked with No Life, a French TV channel to turn it into a TV show. This project started in 2009, featuring foreign personalities discovering different places all over the country with a dedicated guide. After 3 seasons, it featured only Japanese personalities like Paspo and Kiari Pamyu Pamyu. Japan in Motion uploaded the episodes in Japanese on their YouTube channel, and they were dubbed in French for No Life until 2018, when it switched to the channel J1. During those episodes, we follow Miku while she's discovering different places with their restaurants, shops, activities, and their beautiful landscapes, from a neighborhood in Tokyo to the surroundings of Mount Fuji. And it worked pretty well when she was on the show, as the 3 most viewed videos from the YouTube channel feature Miku. While walking in Kichijoji, a neighborhood in the city of Musashino in western Tokyo, Miku went to a shooting bar and tried different weapons.
The noises she makes.
すごく楽しかったっぽー。ポポポー、クルッポー。
Note that she is shooting with airsoft guns and not real ones. In Japan, firearms are very rare among the population, and the law is very strict about firearms. A license is needed to own a weapon, and few dare to try to own a license. But it's pretty funny to see someone in a maid outfit shooting with big guns.
Very cool here that she's in these kind of shows. I've been on Japanese television. I did a show called Cool Japan. I did it about 4 or 5 times. And in that show, it's like a talk show, I guess, where they take foreigners and they may take one of the foreigners and go to a place and they experience what they're going to talk about. Normally it's something to do with Japanese culture. I did Japanese whiskey. I come from Scotland, so I went to a Japanese whiskey distillery, can't speak, and I tried the whiskey. And then back at the studio, you kind of talk about the experiences and the differences between Japanese culture and your own culture. So it's cool. I enjoy doing that show, though I moved away from Tokyo, so I've not done it for a while now because they only take people from in and around Tokyo close. So, but I enjoyed that. Cool. That's on NHK television.
Now, this might sound odd, but Band-Maid takes April Fool's Day very seriously. On April 1st, 2018, Band-Maid announced that they were breaking up to create a new band called Band-Maiko. Under new names and looks, the members of Band-Maiko mixed hard rock and Maiko-style spirit. A Maiko is an apprentice geisha in Kyoto. Their jobs consist of performing songs, dances, and playing the shamisen or other traditional Japanese instruments for visitors during special events. Band-Maiko released the MV of a song called Secret Maiko Lips, a Maiko adaptation from the Band-Maid song Secret My Lips, using a dialect from Kyoto.
Like the kimono on a Japanese lady is so beautiful and elegant. It's the coolest thing, I think. I really like. First time I came to Japan, I went, where did I go? Somewhere in Tokyo, can't remember the name of it, but it was kind of like a touristy place, and there was 2, maybe they were in their 20s, early 20s, 2 girls dressed in the kimono. They were absolutely beautiful. I asked, could I take your photograph? And they were overjoyed to have their photograph taken. I really think it's so elegant. There's something about that really makes them, I don't know, it's feminine and yeah, elegant. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
The next year, Band-Maiko released a mini album with 7 songs adapted from Band-Maid, but also with one original song called Gyeon Cho, along with a new MV.
I never knew this. Wow, he shivers! That is beautiful.
2 years later, Miku announced a solo project called Klupo with the digital release of a single named Peace and Love.
I really liked how they did the traditional music, mixed it with more modern. That was beautiful. That sounded gorgeous.
This time, they took the joke pretty far, as Klupo came with an official website, an online shop, a YouTube channel, accounts on Twitter and Instagram, and a spot on Pony Canyon's website. This project creates a new music genre called hippie popo and reinterprets the good old 70s music in a lovely and peaceful way. With Klupo, Miku goes from a black and white maid outfit to a very colorful hippie long dress. Her goal is the opposite of Band-Maid, who want to dominate the world, as Klupo is aiming for world peace. Klupo released the music video of Peace and Love on April 1st, 2021, to follow with a new song entitled Flapping Wings on August 10th, to celebrate the physical release of her single, limited to 3,900 copies.
She's a busy
girl. She also appeared in some interviews and radio shows over the year. After the physical release of Klupo's single, we wondered if she would come back or if it was just a one-time thing. And on January 5th, 2022, Klupo announced Hateful, her first EP to be released on March 9th, which is Miku Day. Mika, can you explain what is Miku Day?
はい、もちろん。説明すると、数字の3はみ、9はくと読めますよね。だから3月9日はミクさんなんです。
Thank you, Mika. We didn't have that much information about this EP, but a month later, the set list and an MV were announced. Hateful will include Peace and Love, Flapping Wings, along with 4 brand new songs. Among those new songs, Pogo was chosen for a music video that was premiered on February 23rd, 2022. If you look closely at the set list, you may be able to notice something. Let's see. Peace and Love, Pogo, Flapping Wings,
ふわふわ、ボイス、スーパースター。
Oh!
あ、わかった。
I get it.
ピース&ラブはヒッピーっぽい格好をしているミサさん。
Yes, and Pogo for Akane because of the famous gorilla called Pogo.
羽ばたく翼という意味のフラッピングウィングスは小鳩さん。
Fua Fua for Kanami because, you know, that's Kanami.
ボイスはボーカルの佐伯さん。
And finally, Superstar. Could it be for Band-Maid? And what they aspire to become? Well, this has never been confirmed, but it's very interesting to imagine why Miku chose those song titles. A few months later, Klupo continued to surprise us with a new single called With You, which was chosen as the ending theme for the anime Smile of the Ars Notoria. And once again, a beautiful MV was released for this song.
The anime. Very cool.
Over 2
I can imagine it being in an anime. I got criticized before by mentioning a song sounded like an anime, but I like anime songs, so it was when I said it. I don't think it was Band-Maid. I think it was for another band. I can't really remember who it was for, but somebody had a go at me. You know that they're not anime or something like that. With some, well, it wasn't supposed to be a bad thing. It's supposed to be a good thing, but I guess other people maybe don't like anime and I don't like being associated with it. I don't know, but yeah, I can imagine it. I can imagine. I don't know this anime. Quite a lot of the animes, I only know the English names for them. Maybe that was the English names. I haven't heard that anime. But no, but anyway.
2 years of activity, Klupo released 7 songs and 4 music videos, which is a lot considering how busy Miku is with Band-Maid. And even though we don't have any news about Klupo for 2023, we can expect her to come back in the future.
Is she back? Obviously likes to be busy.
Well, this is now the time to end our journey with Miku.
You're kidding me? It seems like 5 minutes.
という間でしたね。
Yes, already. It's been a long journey though.
そうですね。小鳩さんの人生には
You're kidding
た
me.
くさん出来事がありましたね。
Well, she went through a lot. She had to live without a father very early in her life. Thankfully, Miku's mother and grandmother were here for her at that time. And Miku is so tough. Even though she sometimes talks about her dark thoughts, she always did her best to overcome them, move on with her life, and never give up. As soon as she knew that she wanted to become a singer, Miku did everything to reach her goal. Even if she sacrificed a lot of hours of sleep, she managed to earn enough to move to Tokyo and went from working as a maid to winning an idol contest. But this experience taught her that being an idol wasn't her thing. And when Miku finally had the opportunity to start her own project and create this miracle band, she had to find a way with the other members to become popular enough to pursue her dream. So she did what she does best, worked harder. Miku invited everyone she knew to the concerts, worked in a noodle cafe, sold tickets by hand, and promoted Band-Maid as much as possible. Of course, she wasn't alone, as all her bandmates helped to promote their band. But as the creator and public image of Band-Maid, she gave everything to avoid being disbanded. And all their efforts paid off when they chose to shoot the MV of Thrill instead of Aito Junetsu no Matadoru. This particular choice led to the birth of a fast-growing overseas fan base and a huge boost in their popularity. This was the momentum Band-Maid needed to reach the point where they could start to write their own songs and become the hard-rocking band that we know today. Without Miku's hard work, her love for maid cafes, and this idea to mix cool music with cute outfits, Band-Maid would never have existed. With the miraculous creation of this impossible band, our 5 favorite maids continue to pursue the same dream, living as professional musicians and dominating the world through music. As long as Band-Maid will continue to play their music, we can say that they are making the world a better place.
Don't you wanna say it? Don't say that. どうでもいいことなどない Where he lights up, move your weight 声はあなたが奪えやしないどんな遠く見えなくなっても I will be here Don't you wanna say it? Say no いつも私は楽しんでいたい晴れの日だってハッピーで感じれなくて太陽さんが心にいたい日もある幸せなんて誰かが教えてはく
So
れ
cool.
ないあの人だって平和
I want to keep listening to it. Wow. Okay. I can't believe. Oh, we started. I can't believe that that was half an hour. It feels like 5 minutes I've been listening to that. It's so cool. And like I said before in a previous video, that I think all members of Band-Maid are special. They're all very talented ladies in their own right. But she is my favorite, and watching these documentaries by the talented Orangy has just solidified how I feel about her. She's one in a million. She's one of these people that, even though she would be knocked down and fail at something, she would never take failure as the end. And that's a key of success, is even though you get knocked down again, 100 times, you've got that grit and determination in you to stand up and keep going. Not that I'm saying that she's been knocked down a lot. She hasn't. But you can see that she's got that grit and determination in her. If she gets knocked down 100 times, she'll get back on her feet and keep going until she makes it successful. You can see that in her. And tell you what, there's only a handful of people like that. Okay, there's probably thousands and millions of people like that, but you know what I mean. There's less. That she's one in a million, and I look up to her because of this, and a lot of her personality I'm envious of. I would like to have that personality. I'm trying to achieve. I'm trying to be kind of like her in myself. But it's tough going. So to see such a young girl with that determination, with those skills and personality traits, it's just lovely to see. I really like her so much. And she's so busy. She obviously doesn't like to have spare time that much because she's always doing something. So yeah, like I said before, she's the heart and soul of Band-Maid. I feel like she's this hurricane of the driving force of Band-Maid. And I feel like she's the glue that holds Band-Maid together, but that's not necessarily true, because I think they're all holding it together. They're all the glue of Band-Maid. Band-Maid's not just her, Band-Maid's a whole now. They're all together, and if one of them left, it wouldn't quite be the same. So it's not quite true that she's the glue holding together, but kind of. I find it hard to express how I feel, but I feel like she's the heart and soul of the band itself. And it's so cool finding out it's nice to find out somebody that you admire, that you've got some kind of familiar thing with, such as the horse racing. Okay, I've never gone to horse racing before. But you know, I I don't want to say that I can ride a horse because I've not done it for years. And the last time I rode was like years ago, and I found it difficult. I got back by the end of it, I got back into it. But I guess if I went back on a horse now, I would find it difficult. I'd need to practice again. But it's nice seeing that kind of similar. And to find out that she plays the same computer games as me is just crazy. And it looks like she's probably a better player than me as well. But we won't go into that. But yeah. And some people, I think, mentioned these bands that she's in the comments, and I didn't realize in my ignorance that it was kind of like her band. I don't know what I thought. I didn't know how close she was to them, but I can remember hearing the names of some of the things that she's done, not realizing how much involvement she's with them. It's crazy. It's amazing. She's so cool. And I also like the fact that as I said before at the start, that okay, she was involved in a band, a maid's cafe. She was involved in a maid's cafe, so she's got that experience in it. So she's taken it into a band, and that's a good concept. But she's taken it further. She's not just taking the names and the costumes. She's taking the, I don't know what you would call it. How would you call it? Like the culture of it, I guess, and incorporating it into the band as well. So getting up on stage and talking and doing the magic spell, you know, with the masters and princesses. I think that's very cool, and it's making that it's very clever because it's solidifying your fan base as well. You know, you're going to, she's making her fans rock solid with them. I'm really sorry. I'm not really explaining myself very well, I know, but she's really, you know, these fans are going to be with this band and with her like forever. Cool. And there was another point I wanted to say, and I can't bloody remember what it was. But anyway, I love these videos, and I probably said at the start of this video, but if you haven't gone to Orangy's YouTube channel, please go there, like and subscribe. They're brilliant, and I think he's renewing these, and I can't wait until he renews them because I'll watch them all again. It's funny because they're like, these videos are like 25 to 30 minutes long, but when you watch them, it's like only 5 minutes go past because they really pull you in. They're so well done. So, very good, Orangy, very good. Anyway, please let me know what you think about the video. Look, what you think about the band. I already know what you think about the band. What you think about the reaction. And if you feel like it, like and subscribe. And we'll see you next time.